What's going on, VooDoos? Thank you for joining in on tonight's podcast. Of course, you can find all the replays of the VooDoo Chef podcast on our YouTube channel and everywhere you download your podcast. But there's nothing like hanging out with us live right here every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. You can find us streaming at VooDoo Chef 13 on Facebook and on the VooDoo Chef YouTube channel. And tonight is the Super Bowl show. So let's talk Super Bowl. With the big game right around the corner, where the conversation's going to lead, who's going to win, what commercials will we see? More importantly, will you win? Make sure you get your super square and support the VooDoo Chef Foundation. And, of course, big shout-out to all these Super Bowl players. You know, they live by that motto, work hard. You know, they wouldn't be where they're at without working hard. And, of course, that is our belief. Work hard, play hard, and be humble. And we do that every day. We hope you're doing it too. Make sure you share this out. Let everybody know where you're hanging out, because tonight we've got former Tampa Bay defensive end Walter Carter. He is president of the Tampa Bay chapter of the NFL Alumni Association. He's going to be on here talking all things Super Bowl, talking all the things they do to give back, and, of course, all the same debauchery. Tonight's top 3 worst NFL logos. Get yours ready, because you know we got ours all set to go. And, of course, we got to share all our upcoming events. We are taking a much-needed break from live events, but we do have the high school recipe challenge taking place right now. And, of course, right around the corner, we've got VooDoo Underground. Next week, Virgil Fabian and Drew Park Jimmy. Get ready, guys. VooDoo Chef's podcast coming your way. Make sure you're checking in. Let us know where you're checking in from and what you're drinking.
All right, all you rock stars, we're getting ready to make a VooDoo burger. All right, here we go. Okay.
Well, are you making your voice deeper?
You are. You're imitating the God Man.
That's too funny. You get look at their fuck. I need to pop a wall. That's fucking. That's too funny.
Hey y'all, Bubba here at Wicked Oak Barbecue in Tampa, Florida. As most of you know, we love helping out and giving back to the community. We do a lot with a bunch of different foundations, but one we worked really close with the last couple years is our buddy Erik Youngs over at the VooDoo Chef Foundation. You know, at first when we first met Erik, I was like, oh, I don't know about this guy. I thought it was all about the Jack Daniels and stuff, but man, this guy does a lot for the community and plays a huge role in the up-and-coming chefs all throughout the Tampa Bay area. This guy loves what he does, and you can see it in his work. Be sure to come check us out over in Seminole Heights at our brick and mortar, or if you're at one of the games or events down at Emily Arena. We are inside Emily Arena now. Make sure to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, or our TikTok.
What's going on, VooDoos? It's your boy, Johnny B. First of all, I want to thank you for checking out the VooDoo Chef podcast. Your support means the world. The VooDoo Chef's my guy, and this podcast, it's pretty entertaining. And they record it live on YouTube every Tuesday night at 8:15. So download it and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Bing! Hit that right there. And wherever you get your podcast, just go search VooDoo Chef Podcast and subscribe to that too. But make sure you set a reminder right now every Tuesday night at 8:15 so you can watch it live on the YouTube channel. Go. Tell Alexa right now, remind me to watch the VooDoo Chef podcast at 8:15 p.m. Alexa, done. She's doing it right now. I love my Alexa. Thanks for checking out the VooDoo Chef.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What is going on, Booties? It's a great day here in Tampa Bay. Patrick, what is happening?
What's going on? It's another day of paradise.
Right? I mean, it is Tampa Bay. It's a great day.
Mm-hmm.
And, dude, I couldn't be more excited. Super Bowl's right around the corner.
It is. Did you know it's funny?
It's funny because I had to think about it for a little bit when it came about, because I say this all the time. I'm about the pomp and circumstance, the pageantry. I like the plane flyover. I like the orchestration. I like football, and as long as it's a game, doesn't matter who's playing, but it's a much bigger picture for me. So, but I do know it's San Francisco and Kansas City. Of course, Derek Wally had to chime in. Too bad your team didn't make it again. But Derek, the time we did make it, I'm just going to leave that hang there because you're my buddy, and I'm not. Derek Wally, of course, the best pitmaster in Tampa Bay. Dude, I was enjoying your pulled pork. I told you this. I don't eat ribs, but I was dreaming of your ribs, Derek, and of course the sliced brisket and burnt ends. Man, it made for the perfect Sunday last weekend. I actually thought about doing it again this weekend.
I was about to say, you can't go wrong with that. I mean, I went a couple weeks ago for the burnt ends on a Friday when we were off.
So they made them special for us on Sunday.
I heard.
And just, oh my God. I think we have a video somewhere. I don't even know where it's at, but you got me and Wicked in the van eating the burnt ends because we didn't want to let everybody know, because quite honestly there wasn't enough for everybody in our party. And Derek's like, here, they're in a bag, and I'm like, I appreciate you, dude. And so Wicked, if you're out there checking in, those were the best damn burnt ends you've ever had.
Yeah, they are good. What does it say?
It's going to be a super Sunday. It's going to be super busy. Derek, I'm sure you got call ahead, and I might be calling ahead. I could. How the hell? Why we got disco dance party going on in the fucking VooDoo Studios? I'm a little afraid by that because you know how I feel about spooks. I just keep thinking about your pork, and I know that's funny. I got 2 green eggs in the back. I've got a Traeger seasoning line. It just goes back to my favorite thing to make, and that would be reservations. So what are you making for? I keep pushing that button. I got those fat fingers. What are you making for Super Bowl, Patrick?
I was going to do some pulled pork, but now I'm thinking I might just do some nachos. So we're taking Lucas over to Monster Jam actually on Sunday afternoon, 2:00. So we're not going to get home till 5:30, whatever time it gets out, and we get out of traffic and all that crap. So something that I might just have sitting on the smoker on the Traeger, waiting for me when I get back. Something I just got to put together and quick, not think too hard.
Dude, nachos, you can't go wrong.
No, I'm thinking nachos, sheet tray. I'm still thinking I might still do the pulled pork and just shred that when I get home, and or I was thinking some duck confit.
I'm definitely gonna do some pulled pork
from Wicked Oak.
Hey, if I pay for it, it's still mine, right? I pay for it, it's still mine.
That's true.
Oh. I'm watching. I got the TV going in the background, and I had no clue what we were watching. I knew what we were watching because I put it on, but I didn't understand the scene it was on.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, why the hell are we at the school in the picture?
That was a good day, though. I'm seeing it now. I say
that was a great day, and it's coming right back around in no time. It's creeping up fast.
Yep.
I actually meet with the production team next week. I make nacho dip in the crock pot with a hint of lime chips. There's no such thing as bad nachos. I had nachos last night, and they were phenomenal. We could go anywhere for dinner, and I like bar food. So,
right.
We had bar food last night. That's a little creepy. Hey, you have a camera. What you got, PG?
I got a text. You might want to read.
Uh-oh, I got a text that I got to read.
There we go.
Who's that from?
Honor's twins.
You got a text that VooDoo just saved dinner tonight.
Oh, there we go.
That's always a win. That's always a win.
Absolutely.
So yesterday the girls said they were taking me out for dinner, and of course I don't know how to work my fucking computer. And they said, you know, we're gonna go to Whiskey Joe's.
Okay.
And you know, most people know Whiskey Joe's on the Causeway.
Mm-hmm.
What a lot of young bloods don't know is back in the day, which was Thursday, it was known by Castaway. And from 1990 to 1997, I worked out there. So it's kind of a flashback going back.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's only the second time I've been back since I left in 1997, aside from working. So when I work, I go in the back door, I go in the kitchen, and I would still work from time to time after I left. But I went in, and I really believe it's probably only the second time being back without working there. And
Right.
I want to show you these nachos because they were damn good.
I can say I've never been there. I mean, I saw you showed me the picture earlier today, and it looked good.
And now we might have to go. These nachos, you know, when you look at it, it's not a lot. You don't see a lot of cheese, but they did something a lot of people don't do, and that's layer the nachos. And if you don't know what I mean by layer the nachos, you can go on Patrick's either Instagram or Facebook and see what it means to layer nachos.
Yep.
He put up a video today of like some beast ass nachos. But that's what, if you're doing that at your house, I'm coming over.
I don't know. I definitely want to do nachos. I mean, I kind of want to do the number 10 can nachos. I haven't done those really in a long time. I was just something simple. If I can pull that off.
So if you do 10 can nachos, I'm still coming. Look at this. You know, it's so disappointed. You know, the Game Changer grouper came from Whiskey Joe's. The sandwich had changed. It had me see food differently. And no, it wasn't Red Lobster for all you people who are going to make that fucking joke right now. We
Of course, we're talking about grouper though. So back to the seafood, pun intended, right?
Right. But dude, this was horrible. This was absolutely horrible. And I need Bill Baker back in my life so he could make me a grouper sandwich like he did back in 1980, 88, 89.
I mean, looking at a picture alone, I mean, the grouper, it looks seasoned. It looks cooked well. The cheese is melted. I'm not sure about that sauce on the bread.
What is this? What the
Yeah,
fuck
I'm not
is
sure. Yeah, that's just like squirted on.
But what is this, dude?
Yeah, the big piece of onion, I'm not a big fan. I mean, I would rather just have a whole ring on there. I do.
Right?
I do like raw onions on burgers and whatnot. But
Wait, I didn't even notice this. Look at this brown shit. What the fuck?
the brown lettuce there. Yeah, it's iceberg lettuce.
I was too busy trying to save it to make it look good, right? So I could take a picture.
Right. But
And then-
that picture doesn't look bad.
Yeah, because I fucking fixed it.
Yeah, that picture. I mean, that looks like it would be good.
And I
Just
may or may not have ate all the French fries before that. But you know, that's a nice, beautiful bun.
Yeah.
It looks like a good grouper sandwich, dude. It tastes
Nice,
like
yeah.
nothing. They're definitely not using VooDoo Chef Black. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that right now because that's not even a blackened grouper. I mean,
No, it's not black at all.
that's definitely a grouper of color, but
Yeah, it has nice color. It's not blackened. True.
it's barely brown.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I better stop before I get us in trouble. All right. Oh, my boy Mark, he said he was at Whiskey Joe's today. Did you get him to buy any of that Murmur rum, Mark? Man, we've been playing with drinks with the Murmur rum, and I can't wait. Next week we're gonna do one live. We might not do it live, but we're gonna have definitely a Murmur rum drink. Murmur rum, the official rum of VooDoo Chef. I just fell in love the minute I tasted it, and that's a funny story in itself. Mark and I are doing a radio spot where we're making I don't remember what the fuck we made, a Bloody Mary or some shit. but we made it with tequila 512. So it's a Bloody Maria. And then we go to what's up, Bearded? What's up, Kendra? Everybody checking in. We love all you guys here. Ronnie in the room. We love all you guys, and get ready because I got a big question that I'm going to put on all you guys in a minute. So we make the drink with the fucking thing and the rib and overproduced. And then I'm like, hey, let's go over to Starbucks and chill out for a minute, have some breakfast. So we go to Starbucks, and all of a sudden Mark breaks out all the fucking alcohol on the table. Just so I can taste the Murmur rum. I mean, there's alcohol everywhere. There's 2 out. There's Kapali rum, the official rum of the VooDoo Chef. There's the fucking Murmur. He's got all the flavors out. And he poured me an 1/8 ounce of a shot of the Murmur just so I could taste it. Mm-hmm. And that's the most alcohol I've had since one ill-fated night in Houston back in November. But I taste this rum and I'm like, oh shit, it's just fucking amazing. And then the manager comes over and he's like, well, what's going on here, guys? Like, we thought we were having a full-on party.
A little concerned.
well, true statement. There was enough fucking rum out to feed the whole place. Oh, those are what good times. That's what good times are made of.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm like putting stuff. Something's going on in my house.
Mine too. But we both know what mine is.
Well, yours too.
Mine too, but you know what my noise is coming from.
I know what yours is. Perfect timing. But when we're gonna do a prelude here, and I'm gonna ask everybody to fight me.
What's going on, Booties? It's time for a little VooDoo throwdown. You think you can take me? Let's see it. My pilots are lit. I've got my meats. I've got my 2 3.5 ounce ground beef burgers. And, of course, on our burgers, VooDoo dust. And what we're going to do, we're going to do smash burgers. And I'm going to show you how fast it can be done. And if you think you can beat me, tag me, at me, slash me, duet me, whatever it is you do, and send it to me, because we're about ready to go, and we're going to knock this out of the park. So time will start once the first piece of food hits the grill, and that's the same for you. So, if you're going to play along, get ready to rock and roll, because it is on. Like your pilots, grab your me's, VooDoo like we do. All right, here we go. Get ready, homies. Oh, look at that first patty. Don't forget to season that bad boy. What? All right. Bun ready to come off. Lettuce on the bottom of the bun. Top bun, get ready to hold. Guys, it is coming. We're almost ready to flip this bad boy. Look at that. Now, smash burger, no cheating. Cooked all the way through. Still juicy, no crispy edges, gotta be cooked, gotta be moist, still a double hand drip. All right, rocking and rolling. Your patties better look as good as mine, homies. Season both sides, no cheating, no cheating. My friend Stock Barbecue says, you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. No cheating. Here we go. Onions. Tomato. Oh, these yummy pickles. I love pickles. I hope you guys are ready. I hope you're ready. fight me?
Wow. That just makes me want a burger, but
Right.
you know, we had to get that rolling because I got to ask out there who's going to fight me. And the reason I say that is because last week on the podcast, we announced VooDoo Bash. August 3rd, VooDoo Bash. And we announced it because we confirmed Wicked as the headliner for VooDoo Bash. They will be playing at VooDoo Bash, coming back to town. We had such a great weekend at Gasparilla. And with all these folks in the room, we got Bearded, we got Mark, we've got Derek Wally, we've got Kendra, we've got Ronnie K. A lot of competitors from last year's VooDoo Bash. Who's signing up? Who's giving the thumbs up that they're coming back to VooDoo Bash to compete for the best burger in Florida? Bearded Monkeys already jumping in. We got Cody Westbrook checking in from Iowa and our Iowa connection. What do you say, Cody? You and Mel going to come down and compete in VooDoo Bash this year? Ronnie K checking in with a gotcha. Oh, man. Let's just keep them coming. Patrick, I hope you're taking notes because, you know.
Oh, well, I am. I'm trying to open up a note right here before I can get these emails out.
Here as a contract. So,
right?
Right. I just
got a little commitment, right? It's in writing, screenshot.
We booked this. So this thing just materialized so fast with booking the date and getting Wicked on board. Eurobake is back on board as the sponsor. We're already working on a few new buns. I think we're kind of teasing around with a hot honey bun. Shay says maybe she'll make Burger Max for this year. Oh my goodness. You make whatever you want. I do need to talk to you because my cocktail may or may not need some assistance from Shay Daniels. And I still got to talk to you because I got a bone to pick with you. I said, Big Carmack is in the back room, and I said I got a bone to pick with you, and I saw his head pop up like, don't pick on Shay. Don't get on Shay. Don't mess.
Order some more Max first.
Yeah, we got to get the Max. But it is a true statement. Big Eddie C is here. You know what time that means. Florida. Florida. Big Eddie C, what is going on, my man?
You don't even want to know. I'm gonna just start referring to my life as ASS. Always some shit. So right now I can't see you guys because my fucking mouse doesn't want to recognize brand new batteries. And so I can't even get to the tab where you guys are. So I'm looking at the camera, hoping y'all aren't like mooning me or,
I can't speak for Mark Butland and what he's doing right now or Cody Westbrook, but I assure you, Patrick and I are both fully clothed.
Are you sure y'all aren't doing the brain from waiting? Hell yeah.
Dude. Oh,
yeah.
I got
my fucking.
Patrick, you know what's coming.
Trying like hell and it won't move. This thing's stuck like it's in concrete. It's a bunch of bullshit.
It's stuck like Congress.
Worse. Fuck. Unfucking real, man. Like trying everything. This fucking mouse won't even. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Anyway,
I've never seen him look directly at the camera, and you know why? Because he can't see himself.
No, I can't see shit right now. I can't get this fucking tab over. Nothing. It's unbelievable. It's like, what did I do wrong? Who hates me?
Dude, be careful with Sean Fleener saying, tell him to flip the batteries around.
All right, smartass. You can come over here and fix it if you're such a fucking techno whiz.
Dude, go back and change his grade. I think we can make that happen. Take his diploma away.
That's right, bitch. I got mainframe access. We're gonna turn back the clock.
Tina turn. Oh no, share his ass. That's who it is.
Yeah.
All right.
So, a little bit.
So I guess we're gonna have to, since Big Eddie C can't do anything on his computer, we're just gonna move.
Headlines ready. I have a thing for you.
Oh, we got Florida Man ready. All right, guys. Florida Man, real easy. Big Eddie C.
Different. It's a little different. I was pressed for time. So what we have here is the Florida Man engine. Okay. One of the headlines is real. The rest are bullshit. They're whatever AI generated. So we're going to try that.
Man, I'm going to have to keep track here.
So
how many headlines
you're
are
going
there?
to have to pay attention. There's 4. One is real.
All right, guys. So pay attention. Big Eddie C is going to read us 4 Florida Man headlines, and we're going to have to pick which one is the real Florida Man headline. Oh, here you go. Is this one? How's this one, Ed? Florida Man breaks computer with not working mouse.
That shit's going to be real, man. My wife's going to call the cops, and they're going to come, and my whole office is going to be in just an absolute fucking shambles because I had a tantrum.
Well, that was Sean Fleener. So next time we see him, we're just going to have to take it.
Much like most of my life, somebody will laugh at me. So,
all right, here we go.
Here we go. First headline. Here's the first one. Florida man and Florida woman appeal to the Supreme Court in attempt to keep their treehouse. Don't know if it's real or fake. I'm just going to read them all. Florida man arrested for possessing less than an ounce of marijuana. The other one. Florida man dies after consuming 48 pounds of cocaine during an altercation with a taxi driver who was nearby. And finally, Florida man causes $100,000 in damage to a Walmart liquor store under construction with a hot-wired forklift. Gives police his name as Alice Wonderland and says a hookah-smoking caterpillar told him to do it.
Oh my goodness. All right, so let's recap. You got Alice Wonderland. You got the tree house. And the middle 2 I got lost on. A drug possession, less than an ounce.
Okay, so Florida man and woman appeal to Supreme Court in attempt to keep their tree house.
Right, okay.
Florida man arrested for possessing less than an ounce of marijuana. Florida man dies after consuming 48 pounds of cocaine during a fight with a taxi driver. And finally, the Florida man caused $100,000 in damage to the Walmart liquor store with a forklift, gave the cops his name as Alice Wonderland, and said a hookah-smoking caterpillar told him to do it.
All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1 is the tree house.
Yep.
2 is less than an ounce. 3 is the cocaine taxi driver. And 4 is Alice Wonderland. Let us know which one you think is the true Florida man story. All right, Patrick, while everybody is thinking and trying to come up with what they believe, what are your thoughts there, buddy? What do you think?
So, Ed, you said that these came from AI, or 3 of these came from AI? True statement?
Yes.
All right, so going back to thinking about last week's trivia with all the AI pictures.
Right.
God, this is it's hard. These are all possibilities here, unfortunately. But I'm going to go with number 4, the Alice in Wonderland and forklift. Something about that just seems more plausible than some of the others.
Both Bearded Monkey and Shay agree with you on number 4. Mm-hmm. Going with, I could be way wrong, but I think there's too much information there. I think that's way too much. And if that's really true, that guy's really fucked up. I'm going to go with Treehouse. I think the treehouse. I'm going with number one. Anybody else? You got just a couple seconds to throw your answers up there. What you think? What you think is the real Florida man story? We'll go in 3, 2, 1. Big Eddie C. What's the real Florida man story?
Bravo to Parts there. Florida man fucked up Walmart with a hot wired forklift and said his name was Alice Wonderland and said a hookah smoking caterpillar told him to do it. That was the real one.
That's way crazy. Well, Sean and I,
Is
Fleener
it?
and I, right? True. I mean, he probably
for Florida, is it that fucked up? You know.
and he probably went to one of the schools we work at.
Don't get us started.
Right. I said I'd be nice. I said wouldn't bring out any crickets. Big Eddie C. I am proud you're my friend. I am proud we're Florida man, as we both are. We'll coerce Patrick one day. Florida. Florida. That's right. We repurposed the fantasy football branding, but it is Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And if you did not know, we have a Super Square working right now. You can jump in on our Super Square for $20, and it is 100% to support the VooDoo Chef Foundation. If you're unaware, VooDoo Chef Foundation, we support the community through food and education. We live on our 3 pillars: our passion, our future, and our hope. We support the restaurant industry inside and out, our future, scholarship programs, and of course our hope that no one goes without. You can pick your Super Square. We will assign numbers left and right, AFC and NFC, and if at the end of the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, you have the square where the numbers line up, you will win. You can find all the information on the Super Squares link. Patrick has put it in the chat. Jump in and make sure you grab your square. Guys, we got just over half that we need to sell. All right, a lot over half. So get your square, share it out with your friends, share with as many people as you can. Something new, we're trying to have some fun and raise some money for the foundation. So make sure you jump in on that. And Patrick, I know you try to fuck me every week on trivia. And yeah, right. You're putting out hints and changing questions and making shit up. So anybody tonight that wants to jump in on trivia, when that link pops up, we will take the first. It looks like it's going to be the first 6 people who jump in can jump in on trivia. And if you beat me or Eddie C, anyone that beats me or Eddie C in trivia tonight, we will give you a Super Square for free. You can jump on, pick your Super Square, and we'll give that to you at no charge. But just share that link out. Big Eddie C, we better kick ass tonight. I think tonight's topic is the Russian ballet.
It is.
I think tonight it is.
It is.
Oh, I'll do great.
I can't wait. Baryshnikov. What was that movie with
Great.
Val Kilmer where they danced in the ballet? And we'll just leave that hang out there. Joe Driver checking in. Joe, I owe you an apology. Do me a favor. I know you have my cell phone number. Text me. I'm going to get a brand new bottle of seasoning out to you, and I will make sure I take care of it and handle it the way you asked me to. White Nights was not White Nights. I think it was called Top Secret. It's one of the worst movies ever, yet one of the best movies ever. Make sure and go check out Top Secret with Val Kilmer. All right, so log on those Super Squares. Get your Super Square. And that leads us to tonight's topic, the NFL Super Bowl. We got Walter Carter checking in, former Tampa Bay Buccaneer. He is now the president of the NFL Alumni Association. He's going to be with us right at the 9 o'clock hour. He will be sticking around for trivia. And Patrick, correct me if I'm wrong. We're probably doing trivia around the NFL of some sort.
We are. So for tonight, we are going to do some Super Bowl trivia. Just getting ready for the big game.
And we've got all kinds of people checking in. Billy Floyd just checked in. And again, if you want to jump in on trivia, we will post that link right before we go over to trivia. The first 6 people that click in will get to play trivia with us. And if you beat me or Eddie C, you don't have to come in first. You just got to beat me and or Eddie C. Anybody that beats either one of us, you will all get a Super Bowl square and be able to play along with us. All right, so guys, we've been doing this top 3, and tonight, since it's NFL, we were going to do top. I think we've done best NFL logos. Mm-hmm. So tonight we're going to do the worst NFL logos. Ed, I don't know how hard it took you to come up with this. I mean, I did it pretty quick, but I just narrowed it down to 1 just to get it out of the gate. How'd you do? Are you back up and running? Are you looking at a computer screen?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's kind of up. It's just the camera's here, but my screen is there, and I can't fucking slide it from one screen to the other. So yeah, my life it's one shit show after another.
Shit and show are in the house. That's what was going on earlier that I had to go check it out.
So.
All right, Big Eddie C. Worst NFL logo. It's pretty simple for me.
Oh fuck yeah! I'm sure we're on the same page. It's got to be the Jets, man. It's fucking horrible.
Absolutely, it's the Jets, man.
Of course. Yeah.
and you know,
I was waiting for it. I knew it was coming.
You know what made it worse is as soon as Aaron Rodgers got in that uniform, I mean, trying to force
for the first 4 plays.
He's trying to force himself to be the GOAT.
His helmet, though, is apparently going to be modified next year. Like where that jet goes across, there's going to be the fucking World Trade Center at the end because they're both complete disasters.
Right. Jesus Christ. You brought tickets to me. Fuck.
Wow.
I want to know why he is trying so hard to be the GOAT. He's never going to be able to surpass Brady. So what does he do? He gets a huge payday. Ed, how much did you tell me he made?
It was like
guaranteed this year.
It was like I want to say 18 and $750 million per play.
So he got like $7 gazillion. He played 4 plays, became the highest paid player ever per play in order to be the GOAT. I mean, 4 plays and he fakes an ankle injury, right?
Oh, pretty much.
All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Oh, you knew it was coming. I mean,
I did. I
mean, if Derek was still in the room, it would have been Kansas City, which it might still be anyway. But, guys, we'd love to hear what are your top 3 least favorite NFL logos. Sean Fleener says it's jealousy. 1,000%, man. I am so jealous that Aaron Rodgers was playing for the Jets and not the Atlanta Falcons because that would have helped us out.
I'm sure he'll come to Tampa Bay in a few years after the Jets get rid of him. Because I mean, all the old people come to Tampa to retire, right? I mean, he'll come here, he'll play 1 season and retire.
I'm waiting for Belichick.
Gotta wait.
I'm waiting for Belichick. All right, let's go. Top 3 least favorite NFL logos. Patrick, why don't you lead us off and just tell us all 3? I mean, it doesn't matter. Whatever. However you want to fucking tell us.
I mean, if you want to do all 3, I mean, for my last one, then I got Pittsburgh Steelers.
The Pittsburgh Steelers. I never understood their logo. Big Eddie C. Do you know what that logo is supposed to represent?
It was supposed to be. It was the. I want to say it was the insignia of one of the steel companies that was there. Like the 3 diamonds or whatever it was are supposed to represent maybe that company or the first 3 companies. I don't know. I mean, they've hung on that pretty stubbornly for decades. They don't change shit.
So between not changing it and then why they only have it on one side of the helmet, like they can't afford the decal on the other side. I don't know if they're just paying too much to not go to the Bowl. I don't know.
They're going to have to go to no logo with what they're paying people.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, Mike Tomlin is one of the highest paid coaches in the NFL, and he hasn't been in the Super Bowl in a while, so I don't know. He's been there since 2007, though.
Who's that? My guy? The guy I like?
The head coach?
Oh, I like him.
Yeah, it's been there forever. He's
I
paid like $13 million a year or something like that. He's been there and hasn't made it in a while.
So we got Chew in the room. He's talking about the logo on one side represents Steel Workers Union. Sean Fleener saying it's the insignia of the American Iron and Steel Institute. I say it's the logo of well, I'm going to keep my joke to myself because I'll go to fucking hell faster. Big Eddie, see what? Right? All the cool kids are gone. And Big Eddie, see what's your least favorite, number 3 least favorite helmet? And guys, too, I know you got to get in on this. Tell us what you guys think as well.
I hate the Saints one. I don't give a fuck what tradition it is. It's a fucking lily. I mean, you can gussy that up all you want, but it's a fucking lily.
Them damn Frenchies don't know how to play football anyway, right?
No, fuck them. Go back to your fucking oyster shucking and low country boil bullshit. Fuck off.
Why don't they have a crawfish on there, or a fucking gator, or even better yet, a picture of Bobby Boucher? Right. That's what I fucking want, a picture of Bobby Boucher.
You know how many people I know, they've gone to either Savannah or Charleston, and every single one of them has said the exact same thing. Well, it's like New Orleans without the smell of piss. What a great way to describe a place, man. I'm dead serious. I've heard that from multiple people who don't necessarily know each other. And they're like, oh, how is Savannah? How is Charleston? And they all say the same thing, like New Orleans without the piss smell. I mean, that tells me all I need to know. So why the fuck do I want to go there for beignets or chicory coffee? Fuck that shit. Not if I'm going to sit outside and it's going to smell like a septic tank. Fuck that. Jesus.
Tell us how you really feel.
It's not even a drunken spelling bee tonight. This is awesome. We've got Bearded Monkeys, Shayla Brown, and Chew all saying the third least. Well, I don't know which way Chew's direction is going. Talking about the Browns. The Browns is a pretty nothing logo because it does not exist. And that is my number 3 as well. I'm afraid to ask Ed what his number 2 is, but here it goes. Big Eddie C, your second least favorite logo. Did you even tell us what your least favorite was? What's your number 3 least favorite? We were all on Steelers the whole time.
My least favorite was the Saints.
Oh, the Saints. Dude, the tirade threw me the fuck off. Sorry. Your tirade. All right,
it's hard, like, to narrow it down. But I'm like the other one that kind of, well, obviously it blows now is the Washington one. There's nothing to it. It's just a big W. Woo! You know.
They could be wicked.
Well, that's true. I'd rather have wicked stuff, you know, the Washington Wicked. Fuck yeah. You know.
They could come out to American rock and roll. I'd be all about it.
Oh yeah, then I'd be a fan. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. We got Bearded Monkey checking in with the Giants, and you know, when you think about it, they had to write their name on their helmet so they remember who the fuck they are. What's your number 2?
Nice.
Walter's in the green room, and he's probably going to be checking out of the green room. That's the way we're going.
Don't fail me now.
Oh man. So for my number 2, I was actually tied. I have Washington on there, but then I also have the newer Miami Dolphins logo.
What's the difference?
It's so the older one, the dolphin actually looked a little bit meaner. It had the helmet on. This newer one looks like it's just a dolphin fucking flying out of the water. It looks friendly. Doesn't really scream.
It's a fucking dolphin.
True. But when you look at them side by side, I mean, I was thinking about that today a little bit. Let me see if I can pull it up here.
Patrick's not over analytical, not at all.
No, not at all. So when I was thinking about logos, I'm like, all right, we talking old, we talking new. Like the new Washington Commanders one sucks, but the old Redskins one wasn't bad, which we can't say anymore.
I don't say that.
So this is let me see here. share this screen. Dolphins. So this is the new one. All right, and then the old one.
How do you look at that and go, he looks happy?
Looks well happy compared to. Come on, fucker. Happy compared to one of these, which you can't see. Oh, there you go. You can see it. Maybe.
Jose says he's going to New Orleans in 10 days. Po' boys, beignets, crawfish, and jambalaya.
There we go.
And according to Chew, the smell of piss. Oh my God, that's scary.
That's the old Dolphins logo right there.
Open.
That one looks nicer or better than the newer one.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
I think it would look more scary if it had a Garo Premium face mask on it. Just one bar.
Oh, yeah. Twist it around.
Boom.
You know, if that's the case, then the Saints need to change it to the guy that kicked the field goal for him. The one that used to, he had the NFL record, Tom Dempsey.
Yep.
Tom Dempsey.
Yeah. He had the record for years, a 63-yarder.
Wasn't he in that movie, Can't Buy Me Love?
Yeah, that's Patrick. You're thinking of Dr. Mustimi. No, and Tom Dempsey, if you remember, like the guy, he had a hoof for a foot. There was like the whole toes were gone.
He did the straight kick, right?
Yeah, he had a hoof for a foot, and he was fat. And the guy had a fucking NFL record. It was great. And like he had I think one of his hands he was deformed. And you know, for that guy to make it in the NFL was just absolutely, well, in one way it's puzzling, but it's also inspirational. That guy didn't fucking give up. And I mean, for years he had the record. It's, you know, it's like, all you other fucking whiny, complainy bitches, get the fuck up and do something with your life. You know, this guy was basically, you know, part goat. And
be careful, Ed.
True. It was great. Uh-oh. What do I see in the comments there? I got half my screen on one and half the other. Oh,
I'm trying to fix this one here, but I can't.
You almost clicked on it. I was like, "What are you doing?"
I'm trying to get it gone, and I can't.
It's too late. You can't unsee it.
It's going down so fast. Your laces out.
Waiting on Fleener's comment. Fucking smart ass, like he was my own child.
When I don't know how to do it,
It's not letting me. I can favorite it or I can show it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with neither one. I'm gonna go with neither one.
I can't figure out how to get rid of it either.
Here for the comments.
And look it again.
You know, we're gonna wrap this up quick. We've got people checking in with the Saints, with Green Bay Packers, with Chicago. I agree with all of these. Let's just go straight to our least favorite helmet. I'm going to throw mine out there. Mine is the Indianapolis Colts. I'm not a fan of the horseshoe, but I think I'm not a fan of the horseshoe because their horse mascot is wimpy. It's wimpy looking on the sideline. And it just looks – yeah, I just got stuffed.
Good?
I'm good. Yeah, it's like, that one just like, what? But I'm good. Their horse on the mascot looks anorexic. Give me the horse from Denver anytime. He looks like a badass. He looks like he's got cigarettes rolled up in his sleeve. And they're Marlboros or Camels, you know. They're not lights. He's got a flask of whiskey in his back pocket. No offense, Mike. It's a wimpy horse. We got Bearded saying Cowboys. I love the star. I don't know about you guys. Patrick, what's your number one least favorite?
One least favorite right here, Cleveland Browns. It was so bad that they got rid of the old logo in 1969 and never looked back. It was some kind of elf thing that they had back in 48 to 69. 1970, they switched to the brown logo, the current color type helmet they have, and it's been the same since 1970. That's their primary.
When you said they got rid of the old logo and got the new logo, they went from brown to brown. Well, I didn't even know they had that.
This right up here, yeah.
What is that?
There we go. 1948, they had the older one right here, and then 59 to 69, some weird elf-looking thing. They bring it back occasionally for their throwback uniforms,
Is that Dempsey? Is that kicker Ed was talking about?
Right. So they had that all the way up to 69, and then 70 they changed to this, and it's been the same since.
I think the brown helmet might be my new favorite, the new one. Because of where they came from.
Right. I mean, that's where they're at right now. Just different shades of orange or whatever they're calling it.
Whatever color.
Whatever shade that is.
Hey, I don't know why, but Fleener is telling Carmack to hit Control-Tab on his keyboard. I don't know
I did. Guess what it did? It took me to another tab, so now I can't see y'all. So for Sean, fuck you.
Walter's in the green room going, what am I doing here? And
yeah,
Walter,
really.
I'm asking myself the same question. Big Eddie C, what's your least favorite helmet? We're going to move on.
Chamberlain Storm. Oh, wait. Sorry. I fucked up.
I definitely agree with that. I might have to be on your page there, buddy.
Oh, no, it's the Browns, because for one big reason, it's not brown, it's orange. What fucking crackhead did you give one of those crayon 64 boxes? He's like, burnt sienna, that's brown. No, it's not. Assholes. God, what is wrong with these fucking
We gotta break his computer more often.
Christ. I mean, like, I've never understood it. Every time they come on, it's like your helmet is orange, but you're the Browns. What color palette is this shit, dude?
It's a top-down scenario. You wonder why they suck. They can't even get the color right.
Hey, they made the playoffs, so we can't hate them too much.
I like the Browns, and you know why I like the Browns? Because right next door is the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Hey, when we come back, we got a real life NFL player in the room who's going to tell us some real insight, not fools like us. We'll be back in just 2 minutes with Walter from the NFL Alumni Association.
I get asked all the time, why Tequila 512? And it would be real easy for me to say it's the 100% blue agave, the locally sourced volcanic spring water, the triple distillation, the 24-hour charcoal filtration. Hell, we could talk about the bourbon barrels, the oxygenation process, but at the end of the day, it just tastes damn good. Tequila 512, the official tequila of the VooDoo Chef.
All right, everybody, we're inside the Dinner Diaz kitchen, and we are joined here with the VooDoo Chef himself, Chef Erik Youngs.
What's going on, Voodies?
All right, my friend, what are we making today?
Dude, we are making a Southwest feast. We're going to make my version of chicken tinga that I call chicken royale, and then we're going to make one of my recipes that goes all the way back to 1995 that I now call VooDoo shrimp.
Bringing it back old school, folks. You don't want to miss this, okay? This is going to be like slow jams and like R&B hits going on at the same time.
I'll make you a mixtape, Jeff.
Oh, we're getting the mixtape. It's coming at you at 1 o'clock, Fox 13.
Guys, if you missed it, we did have the benefit of getting on Dinner Diaz with Jeff Philbin. A great time. You can check out that episode. It was on last Tuesday. You can hit the link. Patrick put it in the little chat bar there. Make sure you go to the website, hit the like, hit the share. Make sure you share that with everybody. Most importantly, make sure you check out Dinner Diaz every Monday through Friday at 1 o'clock. Sounds about right. And check them out, man. Make sure you make those VooDoo shrimp.
We got Durant High School's burger here. I don't know what they call it. I don't care what they call it. It's a double patty. It's a double patty. Now, don't be confused. We're going to get you a good look at this thing. It's a double patty. We've got a patty of ground beef, and we've got a patty of fried mac and cheese. What? Fried mac and cheese. I got to tell you, I got to get this inside the burger. So we're going to set this down. We're going to take this onion ring, and we're going to get this right inside. Now, I got a sneak peek of that tomato.
they seasoned that tomato when they put it on the burger. That excites me too. I don't know, there's more double hand drip. It's a two-fister. It's a two-fister. Let's see what she's packing. Man, that's a mouthful. The seasoning on the tomato, phenomenal. And when you get to that mac and cheese, creamy and smooth, milding out that ground beef. This is a winner right here.
All right, booties. Man, I am super stoked. I've been hanging out with this cat now off and on since December, just chit-chatting and getting to know each other. We've done some super cool stuff. We put out some we worked with them on their end of the year party, the NFL Alumni Association, and we connected with Shay, of course, our girl Shay, and we were able to create some macarons special for their party, insignia with the logos and all that fun stuff. And we're just trying to build a relationship, right, Ed?
Yeah.
and I didn't even get any. I'm a little pissed.
I got it on the drove them over. I'm like, so I wonder if they'll notice one missing.
Well, the trick is to take two. Oh, you missed the tray for the float too, dude. We had like red velvet creme brulee. Oh my god. I gotta stop. Let's go back to NFL. So we're starting to build this relationship. Next thing we did is at the Children's Gasparilla Parade, we had both the NFL Players Alumni Association and the Tampa Bay Buccaneer Cheerleaders Alumni Association represented on our float, and they were out there to help us celebrate student success. And we had a great time on the Children's Parade, going down the parade route, just having a good time doing what we do. And we got Virgil from Manchester, England checking in again. And, of course, Shay throwing her love for those macarons. We need to be throwing you our love. Here's Jose with, Walter and, of course, Maurice Stovall from the former Tampa Bay Buccaneer players. Here's the cheerleaders and the NFL players having a great time, taking photos on Bayshore, hanging out, taking some shots. Look at Big Eddie C. I got your back, dude. We just had a great time celebrating student success. This guy had on some big-ass rings that he was telling me that they were costume jewelry. I don't know if I buy that. And, just a great day hanging out. And that's what these guys are about. They're about getting out in the community and celebrating success. And that's kind of what we did. Man, we had a lot of people out there on that Children's Day Parade.
All right.
And, of course, the team that puts it all together, couldn't do it without our team. Patrick, you were out that day. You were with Lucas doing man stuff. Guys, I'm super stoked, not just to have Walter on the podcast, but to talk about a relationship we're going to start building. What's going on, my friend?
Welcome to be here, VooDoo Chef. Nice to meet you guys.
Walter's like, so what do I call you? Do I call you VooDoo Chef? Do I call you Eric?
Yeah.
Do I call you, dude, whatever you want, dude. Whatever you want. Because I call you Superstar. So I want to talk about, if it's okay with you, NFL first, because you're part of an elite group. Everybody, we all play football as kids, right? I still drive by the field where we used to play, and I think back to that time, and I'm like, man, we used to go down there and play football and just spend our Saturdays doing, playing Sandlot. And then, you get into middle school, high school, and everybody has that dream of getting to that promised land. And you achieved it, man. You got to tell me what that was like, coming from Virginia through FSU and then entering the NFL. Walter, what was that like, man?
I've got a little bit of a, what they call that, technical difficulty. So I hope you can hear me. You kind of came in and out. You guys were great the whole time until you added me in. So I don't know what that says. The game has changed so much. First of all, I'm the president of the NFL Alumni Association. The Alumni is the oldest sports organization out there. We've been around since the 1960s. The unique thing about the NFL Alumni, Eric has already showed you, is that we involve associate members, cheerleaders, wives, and of course, former players. So our whole mission is to care for the kids. We're 501. We like to do kid-centric things, and that's what the NFL needs and wants us to do, is to go out, get involved with the community. And Chef Young has really helped us to get involved with some of his high school kids and his organization. And it's something that we look forward to partnering with him in the future, because this is his mission is our mission. And you guys can join the association. Look us up on any of the social medias, or go to our website and you can see what our organization does. We bring in funds and we immediately, give them back out to the community, and especially kid-centric events. Playing football is what gets the attention. Being in the game and all the aches and pains and concussions and things that happened during the era that I played, it makes it worthwhile on this side of the time frame. But we do get some recognizable games. We are names, I should say, and we do a lot of things. Our cheerleaders are excited. I mean, one of the most recognizable groups. That's why you see a big bunch of them, because we do so many things for children, so many things for kids. So we have a very vibrant group of cheerleaders, and amazingly, I think we all know the girls held up a lot better than the boys when you look at some of the age groups that they had. So whatever they weren't blessed with, they went and bought. So either way, they're looking pretty good these days. And some of the guys, unfortunately, are not even here. It's a tough road when you played back in the time that we played, especially on the line. And I know everybody knows how they. I guess another thing I learned in listening to you guys, I'm not necessarily a curse word guy, but, we talk about the wussification of the league, all that protection they do with these guys. I mean, we just ran your head right into them, and that was the end of it. A good lick, you got a high five. Now you get penalized, thrown out the game, and so it's really has changed quite a bit, and I'm happy for that, because I know the guys now, they make a ton more money, but their careers will be a lot longer, and they won't hurt as bad later on in life. So I'm very happy for them. I wish there was more done for the era that we played in. But it's an honor to be here, man. I like listening to you guys. You're a lot of fun. And I think this is a pretty loosey-goosey group. And Chef, you didn't explain it. You did a good job explaining it, but it's kind of like the old days. This is live, and you gave me the Memorex. So I like it.
Well, Walter, I want to tell you, Eddie C. and I talk about it quite a bit, about the wussification of society, but never about the at the cost or expense of someone's health. What's happening in the NFL and the rule changes to protect players. Everybody talks about it and gets frustrated with it, but I think they're frustrated with change, not necessarily the protection of the players. And having met a lot of players and people involved, once you start making those personal connections, you start thinking of it a lot differently. And we need to make sure that we're protecting people's health first and foremost. So I don't want that to be misconstrued. And you talk, I really want to hear about about you and your history. Can you tell us you and I were talking today about Bobby Bowden. Now, did you play under Bobby Bowden at FSU?
Yeah, I was born and raised in Richmond, Virginia, and Coach Bowden, back in those days, before he went to Florida State, he was coaching at West Virginia. So I was being recruited literally, because of my ball all over the country. But being in that area up in the East Coast, Coach Bowden's group really recruited me heavily. But growing up in Virginia, I really never was interested in going to school at West Virginia. My grandparents were in West Virginia. It just didn't seem like college to me. And so Coach Bowden, while I liked him a lot and I liked his defensive line coach, I never really was fully interested in going to West Virginia. Lo and behold, he gets the job in Tallahassee at Florida State. And he says, I'm still interested in you. Would really love for you to, come visit. And I'm a Virginia boy. I had no idea Florida was one beach and a palm tree. And I showed up in February somewhere when they started recruiting you. I think I had to go buy a jacket. It was freezing cold. And I looked around and I go, where are the palm trees? But Tallahassee has Georgia weather. It does not Florida, not Miami. And I never really knew the difference. I think read an article on the plane going down about the University of Florida, because Florida State was really not a big time school. And I mentioned that, and them almost ran me out of there because you can't say Florida at Florida State. So I had a quick learn at the geographical location of FSU. And I thought to myself, I really do like Coach Bowden. I really liked him all along. And now he's new. I'm new. Why not take a chance on this? And little did I know, that was just one of the greatest gifts and blessings of my life. So I was there his very first year. I was on his very first recruiting class. And I remember I got to play early. And so around about the third, fourth game of the season, while I was a second stringer and I was going down on kickoffs, I got to dress and I got to play. He called all his freshmen into his office, and there's 30 of us, and we all fit in his office because the second game of his first year, we got beat like 49-0 against Miami. But you got to remember, they had O.J. Anderson and they were loaded. And he's a new coach, and we just got ran completely out of the Orange Bowl. But because I was a backup and we got beat so bad, I got to play a lot. So, I was on the field and I hustled. It might as well have been 0-0 to me because I was just happy to be on the field. And that next week, he called in all the freshmen and he said, listen, men, I'll never put a team out on the field again that will do what happened to us this week. So a lot of you guys in this room are going to start next week. And I know you freshmen, but we're going to start this program. And if you do what I say and you and I know the ones of you all, because you're my first class, you let me get 3 more classes like you, because they're going to be my boys. And Bobby used the term boys. When I get 3 of my other boys and I got 4 of y'all, then I can tell you right now, we'll play for the whole national championship and we'll beat them all. I just do what I say, and we're going to start next week. And that next week, we were playing Oklahoma in Norman, Oklahoma. So I was one of 7 freshmen. I'm in my office. I got a statue, not a statue, but a plaque that shows I got to sit on the front row of our senior class because I was one of the 7 freshmen that started against Oklahoma at Norman, Oklahoma. And back then, you're talking, we men of a certain age, to Billy Sims, J.C. Watts, they were like the king of football. And we went out there, and it's not a movie, so we did get beat. I can't tell you we went and knocked off the king. but we ended up, it was like 24 to 17, 14. It was really a well-fought game. And I remember something that I'll never forget because I found out what Midwestern values were. We were leaving that field, and they were giving us an ovation. They clapped us all the way off, and I kept looking around, and I'm thinking to myself, what are they clapping to us for? They just beat us. Now they're going to clap us, but they basically said, you played us good. You played a good game, and we appreciate that. And remember, this is a team that just came off of 49-0, and I'll fast forward this. 4 years later, in the Orange Bowl, we were undefeated, and we were playing Oklahoma, exactly like Coach Bowden called it, for the national championship. Again, it's not a movie. We lost, but he's called it. He got his players in, and we gave them a big fight, and we ran. But our senior year, we were undefeated because the Orange Bowl flipped into January. So it was the next year that we ended up playing. And again, they had Billy Sims, J.C. Watts, us guys of a certain age. And they had a guy, I remember, lining up over the guy, played defensive line. And he was, nowadays, it doesn't sound big because I don't know what they are now, 400 pounds. But he was like 6'9", 290. Wow. And he was a monster of a guy. But, you know, we held our own, and it went down to the wire. I made a big play. Back then, there was no one I knew that had a VCR but one man, and he was able to tape the game because, those things were, I don't know how big they were, and nobody could afford them. Nobody had one, but I did get a TV shot because I made a big play on third down on the goal line against J.C. Watts. Burt Reynolds was on our sideline. It was a really big deal. But the moral of the story is Coach Bowden was, ordained to be at that position. He knew what he had. He knew what he could do. And everything else was the rest is history. And I was just something just told me that, this is a great opportunity. And the world was a lot different then. My parents said, why you got to go all the way to Florida? We can't visit you. But I just really enjoyed playing for Coach Bowden, and enjoyed watching that journey and everything else from that point on. We all know. So, and then I was, at that time, they had 12 rounds, and I was fortunate enough to be drafted in the 10th round with the then Oakland Raiders. So, I'm out there with, I think Tom Flores was the head coach. The things that they do now with, practice squads, and it was cutthroat back in them days. So I did play for the Raiders. I played with the Jets and back again with the Raiders. But my longest run, which brought me to Tampa, was the very first USFL under the Steve Spurrier, which, I'm a Seminole, but if you kind of, give him his props. And other than those 3 years, I don't think much of him, but he was my head coach during that time. I'm joking with that. But I'll tell you a tidbit that I bet, and you guys are pretty knowledgeable. Think of I noticed that the NFL is going to play a game in Brazil this year. And, they always do London, and now they're going to play a Friday night game in Brazil because of this global market that they're after. What professional team played in the very first time outside of the United States American football? Question for the group.
Wow, we're being put to trivia early.
I know, right?
For those of you guys checking in right now, we're with Walter Carter, president of the NFL Alumni Association, Tampa Bay. And Walter, while I'm stalling to think about the answer to this, I got to tell you, I could listen to your stories for days.
Yep.
When you talk about, Bobby Bowden, and you talk about Oklahoma, I'm assuming you played against Barry Switzer, which would be amazing. And then to be drafted by Tom Flores with all the badasses that were out there in Oakland when Oakland was Oakland That I could listen to him for days, my friend. And playing defensive end against a big 290, I think you checked in at 275-ish is what your play weight was. And am I right?
Oh, that's a bit much. You always put in extra weight. They always make the line look that big, but
pro wrestling.
Way 275.
So we got Andrew Sweetnick checking in. He's saying the first game outside the country was the Cardinals. Big Eddie C, do you have a guess? Patrick, I think Walter gave it away with that head shake.
I think so.
I gave it away, but you're not gonna believe how I gave it away. But that's not the answer. So,
well, I'm gonna say the Tampa Bay Bandits.
You are right, my friend. Yes,
really?
That was the Tampa Bay Bandits in 1984. We played the Philadelphia Stars, coached by Jim Mara, and they had a boatload of pros over there. But John Bassett, who's died, was the owner of the Bandits, and he put the whole exhibition together. It's the first time that I've ever flown on a plane with the opposing team. But it was it was like wrestling or something. We all went over there to airplane, and we went and they allowed you back then. Most guys were not married. I think I was engaged, not married, or I might have been married. But my wife was able to go. But most guys, because it's so early in your life and career, you could take a guest, and most of them brought their moms, and you couldn't bring a girlfriend. You could be engaged, but you couldn't just, hook up and bring somebody. So, but it was, and they really, and we got like 8 days over there and encouraged to go out and enjoy London and then play the American football at Wembley Stadium. And again, once the league shut down, those were, and all of that was one of the things they took from the USFL. The red flag, challenge flag, that's another thing they took from the USFL. There were a lot of different rules that worked with the original USFL, but once the NFL, which we won the lawsuit, I know people that might not remember that, we actually won the lawsuit against the NFL as a monopoly on football. And I see someone played Bandit Band, I think that is. Awesome. We outdrew the Buccaneers at that time. They were still a new franchise, and people really came out for Bandit Ball. It was a lot of fun. So, while we didn't make the money, it was a very, not that kind of money. It was a very innocent time period, and the game was something that you just love to do. And most of us fighting for those few jobs in the NFL because, now they carry much larger rosters, a lot of different ways. So you wanted to get that game out of your system, and there was really no other way to go. And that's how the USFL kind of flourished back in those days. There was some great, Reggie White, Jim Kelly, Steve Young. There was tons of talent in the USFL, and they owe us for the salaries they make today, because until you got competition and you had somebody that would bid against you, then that's why they just kind of protected each other. And so we were very instrumental in helping the NFL become what it is today. And it's a behemoth. And that's why I tell people it's a curse and yet a blessing to carry that NFL shield. But when you're out trying to do things on a community service related, people just go, oh, NFL, they got all kinds of money. But let me be perfectly clear. They audit us on a regular basis, and the only person that can make money off of that NFL is NFL. So our job is to make them look good, to give it back to the community, and do all these good things. And it's strictly a nonprofit. And they make sure that, again, because nobody knows how to make money any more than NFL owners.
And we're talking, of course, with Walter Carter, the president of the NFL Alumni Association. And you said your job is to go out and make the NFL look good. But what you do is you go out and promote so many things that the NFL promotes in the community, almost on their behalf. You're out putting playgrounds in and obstacle courses and promoting positive health and getting outside and playing and being active. And you keep mentioning you're a 501. As president of the Alumni Association, all of your staff, everybody is volunteered. You're not paid to do what you do, and you raise the money in order to go out and promote these things on your own. So, and I believe you even told me you're not even allowed to carry a balance in your bank account because your mission is to give back. So if anybody out there wants to help the NFL Alumni Association, the link is in the chat. Make sure you click on that, check them out, and most importantly, help support their cause because it's helping our community. And I got to give you a big props for that. And of course, we got Shay showing the love. But
we really appreciate those cookies. Is that's who provided us the cookies?
Hey, Sweets, yes, it is.
That was awesome. They were awesome.
Chu checking in. Not too many players got to play for Bowden at FSU and Steve Spurrier with the Bandits. That's pretty cool, and it is pretty cool, Walter. I can listen to this all day. Who was your favorite player to play with? Just curious.
The one thing that I think every guy that ever played football misses most is just the camaraderie in that locker room. There were so many guys that, I could name off names and you may not ever know them, but they were just good guys. We played on the line together. We went out together. There were a couple of guys that come to mind. Ron Simmons, while he had a great college career, he was just such an interesting guy. He went into wrestling.
First African American heavyweight champion of the world.
Yep, Farouk or something. I mean, he did a great job. Nate Newton, whom was a truck, man. I lined up over that guy. We knew the talent he had because I had to play defensive line. And the guy was just, unmovable. And yet he sat on the couch for a year or so after the Bandits folded. And all of a sudden Dallas brought him in. And the rest is history. But every team had an opportunity against the guy. I'll tell you a quick story about him and this other guy, Rufus. Back then, 300-something pounds was really a big dude. He might have been 360, 330, whatever he was. But there used to be a place on Armenia called the Perios, and we would go there and, drink beer like you wouldn't believe and eat this. They had a fish dinner called a belly buster. The belly buster consisted of everything you wanted, including frog legs. And so, to eat the belly buster, that was enough food for anybody. And to drink how many pitchers of beer with that. So I go in there with Rufus, his buddy, they went to FAMU, and Big Nate. And so we sat down there, and Rufus ordered first, and we all said, man, you got to get that belly buster. And he goes, yeah, let me get one of them belly busters. And he said, and while you at it, get me one of them 3-piece chicken dinners too with it. So we looking like, and a chicken dinner. So then they go, okay, Newt, what you want? He said, I think I like that belly buster too. Matter of fact, give me 2 of them belly busters. And I'm sitting there in awe, thinking, how are they? And they ain't every bit of it. So I just, and the guy back then, old Burt Reynolds movie, Smoking the Bandit, that was a lot of fun. Everybody had those Trans Ams. So Big Nate bought a Trans Am, and him and his buddy Rufus, they driving around in this thing. They look like a 2-headed blob because they side by side. They couldn't even turn the wheel because they couldn't move. And he would burn the clutch out because he couldn't lift his leg up to change the gear. But he had to be cool with this Trans Am. So these are the kind of things that happen. These are the kind of guys you hung out with. And so you just bust up a lot of jokes. You go out, you win, you just enjoy yourself, you enjoy the fellowship. And I guarantee you every player is going to tell you, they missed that. And I tell you, Mr. Oakland Raiders, a guy from Tampa who was just an absolute, honestly, he's dead now, but he was a lunatic, and you know it. John Matuzak. He was in Tampa, Oakland when I got out there, and he would take the rookies out on what he called Tuesday. We didn't know any better. We were honored to just go ride with the twos on a Tuesday. I've never been so scared in my life. He had a big giant Eldorado. We got in the back of that thing. He drove like 100 miles an hour. And I saw this with my own eyes. He got to a stop sign and he says, "I ain't fucking stopping." And he pulls out a gun and he shoots the stop sign. And the next day we came in to practice, and all the guys go, "Well, how'd you like your Tuesday?" And they knew what he does. He does this, and we had no idea. I'd never get in the car with a guy again. But they had a cast of characters at the Raiders that you would never have believed. So the other thing that I always remember that when I was playing with the Raiders, you got to remember I came from FSU, Coach Bowden, he's a saint, he's a great man, and it was college football. I go sit in the first preseason game. I'm a rookie, so they put me kind of next to kickers. You just get in wherever you can fit in. I'm wearing number 90 something. You got to make it, and I'm next to Ray Guy. Ray Guy is, like an all-American punter and all that stuff. So, I ain't even with the lineman. I'm over here with Ray Guy. So the halftime comes in, and we sitting in the locker room, and I'm telling you, the guy, and I'm like in awe. He smoked a pack of cigarettes throughout the freaking halftime, and I'm just like, who smoked cigarettes in the locker room? But that was the Raiders. And you look around, there was more cigarettes flying around, and he was doing one after another. And he'd go out there and he kicked the ball a mile, and nobody cared because Al Davis, he just used that phrase, "just win, baby." He didn't care about anything other than winning. So you go from one total in St. Bowden to, the Devils. You playing under the Raiders, and what a shock! But again, it all was in the about football. It was all about the camaraderie. It was all about the cast of characters, as you may say, and it's just was something just different to be around. It's fun. It's just
that's incredible, bro. This is I know I want to go to DePerio's with you. And I want to order a belly buster and a pitcher of beer and just listen to more stories, man. You're talking about all these people, Ray Guy, dude. And now we know where Sebastian, whatever his name is from Florida State, got it from. Because he just inherited that attitude, I think. But when you talk about all these things, dude, it's incredible, because coming up, watching these guys play, watching you play, to be able to sit here with you, dude, it's an honor, my friend. It is truly an honor, and I'm glad that we're going to start partnering and trying to do some things together in this community to make a difference.
I really appreciate that, and really, we've already done the boat parade. We got some other things coming up. Draft day. We got the rookies. We have a golf tournament in June 10th, and we're going to have our parents' party Sunday night, June 9th, and then we'll have the actual golf tournament. That's a big fundraiser. We've already got Booger McFarland. Dexter Jackson is going to be the lead guy because, first Super Bowl MVP. We'll have a lot of Seminoles, Warwick Dunn, William Floyd. We have those girls, they'll be in uniform as far as the cheerleaders. We have some Labella, one of the crews for the Gasparilla. They dress up. We play actual golf, but we really want to have a really good time. And I think Chef there, we'll need some more cookies and a whole meal, and we'll make sure that we collaborate on that so we can have a nice gathering at the parents' party. We do party well, okay?
1,000%. Now I know you agreed to come in here and talk about NFL alumni and we're sharing that information. Again, click on that link. Make sure you check out all the good things they do in the community. But you didn't think we were going to let you get out of here without putting you to the test with little NFL trivia, did you?
Ooh, I don't know. Tell me. I'll try my best.
Well, we're going to play a little NFL trivia here. Patrick's going to put the link. The first 6 people that jump in the room are going to get to play NFL trivia, not just with us, but with Walter Carter, former NFL player, president of the NFL Alumni Association. And again, if you beat myself or Big Eddie C in trivia, you're going to get a square on our big square that we're using to raise money for the VooDoo Chef Foundation. Make sure you check out the big square. The link is in the chat room. Grab your square, whether you win or lose, because the proceeds support the VooDoo Chef Foundation. And who knows, maybe at the end of one of the quarters, you're going to be the winner. We've got people already checking in. We're going to be back with trivia right after this.
What's going on, Booties?
Maybe.
What's going on, Booties? Today we're having dessert from the Cake Girl. Check them out online. Order them. They'll ship them directly to your house. If you're here in Tampa Bay, you can pick them up at their Carrollwood location. Okay, Girls Cookie Butter. Here we go. Look at that. Look at that top. Here we go. I can't wait to dig right through it. Nice and smooth. Oh, man. Oh, I don't even know what to say. This is the shit.
What's going on social media? I'm joined here with Chef Erik Youngs, also known as the VooDoo Chef. And it's not just the VooDoo Chef, but you have the foundation, the VooDoo Chef Foundation.
We do.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, Jeff, I've been teaching for over 27 years now, and I now run the Hillsborough Culinary Academy's Irwin Technical College. And, you know, my whole mission since I left the restaurant has been to send kids to school. And now we're creating a viable place here in Tampa where we could do that and getting them out to work. And there's no better dish I can create than the success of another chef in our industry.
Man, what kind of garbage was that? Was that scripted? No, that's from the heart, and that's what we mean. That's what we're trying to do, is just create the next generation any way we can, as much as we can. We've got 2 people getting ready to jump in here with trivia, and I'm a little shocked that not more are getting in. Fleener, you're still out there. Chew, you're still out there. Bearded, Carl, anybody that wants to jump in, you've got about 2 minutes to jump in if you would like to play trivia. And again, the winner of tonight, Derek, where are you? Because you always yell at me that there is no prize. Tonight there's a prize. Feed me or Big Eddie C, you will not just have your name entered into a drawing where you could have the opportunity to be chosen the winner of a prize to be named at a later date, but you will also earn a square on the big square board. And Andrew jumped out real quick. But still got Shay. What's going on, Shay?
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, do me a solid. Take your phone and do the turn on. Full picture.
Doing it now.
Andrew is back.
Okay. Oh, that's not it.
That's all you gotta do is turn your phone. It'll do it on its own.
I have it locked. Trying to figure out how to unlock it.
All right, now we're gonna bring in Andrew. What's going on, Drew? Where's your photo there, buddy boy?
I mean, I'm in the dark, man. I don't think you want to see me.
I appreciate that. I will. Much love. And I think the last time we saw you on the VooDoo Chef podcast, you may or may not have been proposing to your fiance at Pig Jig, and we played that video right here on the VooDoo Chef podcast. That was super cool. It was the last and best dish served that night, so congratulations again, even though that happened back in October. All right, so the rules are very simple for VooDoo Trivia. We know the category is NFL something. Patrick has created the questions. There's, I'm assuming, 10 questions. Is that a true statement?
There's 10, and then we always have the tiebreaker if needed.
We always have the tiebreaker. Sean Fleener's checking in. Chu's checking in. As Patrick reads the question, you will have one opportunity to shout out your name. When the question is read, if you shout out your own name, that will let us know that you know the answer, and Patrick will call upon whomever he hears first. that person will have the opportunity to answer the question. If they get it right, they will receive 1 point. If they do not get it correct, Patrick will look for other people to answer. Simply shout out your name, and we will continue in that manner. Whoever gets the most answers at the end wins tonight's trivia. And again, tonight's winner will have the opportunity to have their name entered into a drawing where they could be selected the winner of a prize to be named at a later date. But everybody that finishes above myself or Big Eddie C in the standings tonight will receive a complimentary Super Square. So, Patrick, I shall turn it over to you, and good luck to everybody. You know, competitive.
All right, I'm just adding the last two people here. So, all right, so for tonight, we do have some Super Bowl trivia. So, try to keep this pretty simple here, or hopefully at least pretty straightforward, I should say. Maybe not simple, but have some fun with this. So, question number 1. What 2 teams have won the most Super Bowls?
VooDoo.
Gone.
VooDoo.
San Francisco 49ers, Pittsburgh Steelers.
That is not correct. Sean.
Steelers and Patriots.
That is correct. Steelers,
Sean,
Patriots.
I hate you right now.
6 Super Bowls each.
Come on, bro. It's your favorite quarterback, Tom Brady. You know, the bandwagoner. We hate Brady when he's winning against the Bucks.
Hate everybody that's winning against the Bucks.
All right, question number 2. Name 2 of the 4 teams who haven't appeared in a Super Bowl.
VooDoo.
VooDoo.
Detroit Lions. We will go with Jacksonville Jaguars.
That is correct. 1 point VooDoo. The 4 teams were the Browns, the Lions, the Texans, and the Jaguars.
The Jets have been to the Super. Oh yeah, Joe Namath when they were good.
Okay, here we go again. Got it. All right, question number 3. What famous jeweler makes the Lombardi Trophy? Ed.
Tiffany's?
That is correct.
You sure it's not the wine drops? It's the golden diamond sword, is it not? By the way, if you spend $10,000, you will receive a free Caribbean vacation, including airfare, non-sponsored. So it's golden diamond source, 1,000%.
Sure. All right, number 4. What city hosted the coldest Super Bowl ever?
Fleener.
I don't know. That's not
Shay.
Shay.
Seattle?
That is not correct.
VooDoo.
Andrew.
VooDoo.
New Orleans. They're just some fleur-de-lis, cold-hearted sons of guns.
So New Orleans is correct. It was actually played at Tulane Stadium back in Super Bowl 6, 39 degrees. That was a lucky guess because normally they play in a dome.
Because I was just trying to click on Ed.
So the correct answer was New Orleans. So good job.
I knew that. I knew that all along.
I'm like lucky guess. Lucky guess, right? Yeah.
But now people are going to go, I knew he knew all the questions in advance.
Exactly. You're like, how the fuck did he know that?
Really?
I really didn't.
It's stacked. I believe it's stacked.
Shenanigans.
Exactly.
All right. Question number 5. How much does the Lombardi Trophy weigh?
VooDoo. 1.7 pounds. It's fake.
Not correct.
Fleener.
12
pounds.
Not correct.
Andrew. 15 pounds.
Not correct.
Shay.
Okay.
Well, 13 is my favorite number, so let's go with that.
That would be wrong still.
No, sad.
Sorry.
Can you answer in macarons? How many macarons does the Lombardi Trophy?
I mean, if we're going regular size, I'm gonna go with maybe 37. If we're doing mini max,
way wrong.
I think we're gonna have to verify that.
Yeah, right. I gotta bring some in. I gotta scale at work.
You guys hold the trophy. I'll hold the macarons.
Ed, you got a guess?
10 pounds.
That's not correct. Walter, any guess?
20.
Not correct. Chew.
25.
25 is not correct. So it's actually lighter than everybody's thinking. It weighs 7 pounds.
Oh.
It looks heavier than it really is.
Is this Price is Right rules? Was I closest to it without going over?
I think we all went over, buddy.
Yeah, I said that, but one second, 1 pound.
1.7.
Oh, that's right. 1.7.
Yeah, all right. As long as that one guy, $1. So before we go on to question 6, quick score update here. 2 points VooDoo, 1 point Ed, and 1 point Sean. So question number 6. According to the National Chicken Council, and yes, that's a real thing, how many chicken wings will be consumed on Super Bowl Sunday this year? VooDoo.
50. I will eat 50 chicken wings from Hooters on Super Bowl Sunday.
That part might be true, but that's not the correct answer to my question.
I got it right.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with 6 million.
6 million is not correct. I have to double check. Sorry.
No, he's not correct.
I had to double check
Andrew.
again. Wait, fuck, where is it? Andrew.
6.5. It's got to be close because you had to check.
You said 6.5 million? No, that is not correct.
Winner. 5.5 million.
Not correct. And you guys are, I'll just say you're pretty far off.
I'm not.
Jay.
5,200.
200, no.
In Florida.
Yeah, maybe.
Going wrong.
Eric's house.
Going the wrong way. Ed, you got a guess?
Like a number or a weight?
Number.
I can take either. I mean, I can take number or weight, but so far you guys are all completely
30 million.
How many?
30 million.
30 million, not correct. Walter, any guess?
Wow. 50 million.
Not correct. That is pretty close, though. So the correct answer from what I found was 100 million pounds, which is about 1.45 billion wings.
Wow.
That's what they're projecting for this Super Bowl Sunday.
That's a lot of zing. That's a lot of zing.
Right?
That's a lot.
Birds.
Right?
Yeah, I believe
There's going to be a lot of chickens on those 4-wheel rolling like mechanic carts. Like, hey.
All right. Question 7. What 2 teams are tied for the most Super Bowl losses?
Chew.
Minnesota and Buffalo.
That is not correct.
Winner.
Buffalo and the Cowboys.
That is not correct.
VooDoo. Buffalo and Minnesota.
Not correct. We got who do we got left? We got Ed, Walter, Shay, and Andrew.
I have no idea.
No idea. Fair enough. Okay. Shay, got any?
I'm gonna say you said losses or
most Super Bowl losses.
Oh, they haven't been. Oh man.
Minnesota should definitely be one of those two.
And Buffalo.
I'm a Bear fan by birth.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Too bad.
Whatever. It's just we're rebuilding the team. Calm down.
For how many years?
The Cowboys now.
Well, I mean, when they got rid of Levy, in my opinion, I just was like, okay, so this is going nowhere. And we kept Cutler for so long. It doesn't make sense, but I digress.
You guys have been rebuilding since McMahon.
I hear a lot of hater in your voice tonight.
No, I got nothing but love for you, Miss Macaron.
It's not just tonight.
Look at Twitter
you're
and his
a
Green Bay
Packer
jersey.
fan? That's terrible.
I got lots of jokes. I'll let them
Still
go.
own you.
All right, Patrick, give us the answer since we're at a stage.
Yeah, we're struggling here. That's all right though. So correct answer was actually Patriots and Broncos. They each have 5 losses. Minnesota has 4. Buffalo has 4.
We were close.
That's close.
Wow. Hey, when did we switch to the new format of give me the top 17 teams that have the color fuchsia somewhere on their uniform?
I mean, I can do that next week if you want.
No, I'm good.
All right, number 8. For this one, I will take. Say again.
What's the 37th ranked team?
All right. So for number 8, I will take the range. It doesn't have to be the exact number. How much did a ticket to the first Super Bowl cost?
Fleener.
$12.
I will actually go ahead and just take that right out. So it's 10 to 12. $10 to $12. Everything I found. A couple websites said 12 on the nose. A couple said 11. A couple said 10. So the range is 10 to 12.
I'm a Packers fan. I've seen that 10. Somewhere.
And just so everybody knows, Patrick does try to stack the odds against me, and that was posted on a hint on the Facebook page intentionally so that you guys would get the answer. And, of course, I don't see these things until late in the day, son of a gun.
Because I don't tell you when I post them.
I know.
Just goes up at a random time.
I just might have to take away your admin rights on that date. Because you're costing me a win here, buddy.
All right. Question number 9. Actually, but before we go into it, 2 points VooDoo, 2 points Sean, and 1 point for Ed. So it's anybody's game.
Sean, right. I got 2 points for you. You figure it out. All right, go ahead.
Number 9. The most expensive Super Bowl ad was for what item? Fleener.
Budweiser.
Not correct.
VooDoo.
Shay.
VooDoo.
Computer.
Not correct.
It was Apple. It was. They threw the hammer.
Chew.
Oh.
Some .com.
So not correct for Chew, but I was still waiting on Shay.
Oh, sorry.
I jumped ahead there.
Sorry about that.
We got it wrong.
I'm gonna go Coca-Cola.
Ed. Not correct either way. So Ed. Got anxious here.
Doritos.
Not correct.
Andrew.
Go, Daddy.
Not correct. Any guess, Walter?
So you said the most expensive, not cost of the ad, but the item that.
No. So the most expensive Super Bowl ad was an ad for what item?
Oh. Yeah, for what item?
Probably the halftime
the
show.
name of that.
They've been sucking really badly. Walter, what was your answer?
I'm thinking some type of a automobile.
No, so actually the correct answer was Amazon's Echo device. That was the most
That's stupid.
ad.
No way.
What, the answer or the Echo device? Because I go with the Echo device. Yeah, true statement.
Good one.
That's like wasting money on a Windows-based computer. Sorry. All right.
Well, they did. It's Amazon.
What's the score update?
So we still got 2 points VooDoo, 2 points Sean, and 1 point Ed. Moving on to question 10 here. So a potential win for Sean or for VooDoo. We'll see what happens.
I'm gonna block him.
Yeah, right.
Sean, wait, what happened?
Latency issues.
All right, here we go. Super Bowl 44 beat out what popular TV or sorry, what was sorry, let me start again. My fault.
Oh,
my fault. I got ahead of myself. It didn't sound right in my head, so I stopped it again, read it again.
I'm an auditory guy.
Bubble-headed millennial.
Let's try this again. Super Bowl 44 beat out what to become the most watched television program in history?
Fleener.
Fleener.
The Oscars.
That is not correct.
Walter was next. Thank you.
MASH.
MASH is the correct answer.
Great.
MASH is the correct. Yep. MASH. The MASH series finale was the most watched television program all the way up until Super Bowl 44.
Wow.
Who played in 44?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Andrew's like, well, I lost. I'm out.
44.
So it wasn't the Bucks.
No,
the Bucks.
44. The Saints and the Colts.
Oh yeah, the two worst helmets in the league.
An exciting game,
right? They played at Tulane Stadium. It was the coldest game ever. Patrick, what's the score?
All right, so we are going into question 11. I got 2 points VooDoo, 2 points Sean, 1 point Ed, 1 point Walter. So this last question.
Walter, there's a chance if you get this right, you beat Ed, you get a square in the big square game. Just saying.
True.
True. If you get it right, Shay, if you get it right, you guys tie Ed, and there will be a playoff because you could get a square because you would have a chance to beat Ed. Fleener, if you get it right, you already beat Ed. No, Ed, I don't know.
You can tie.
Ed has 1, Fleener has 2. So yes,
right,
Fleener beat Ed already.
Fleener, as long as Ed doesn't get it right, you beat Ed, you're going to get a square.
So what's that button you hit to make us disappear real fast?
You want Ed to go away?
I mean, he can't see us. He can't see us anyway, so it's not like you would know.
All you got to do is tell Ed that Gina's calling him to watch Housewives or something. Right? All right, Patrick. Hold on. I messed things up because I got to fix my OCD because I got to know where I'm looking. All right, go ahead there because I got to win.
All right. What is the highest score ever by one team in a Super Bowl game? VooDoo.
41.
Not correct.
Fleener.
52. Not correct. For this one, since it is a tiebreaker, I can take closest to without going.
Of course. Now you say that.
Well, it doesn't really matter. So neither one of you guys were correct, but I'll still take the closest to without going over.
Shay, Chew, you could beat.
I'm gonna say. Oh, I was waiting for him to give his answer. I was gonna say 37.
Okay, that is not correct. Where we at? Walter, do you have a guess?
52.
52. That is not correct. Same answer as Sean, though.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Very
good. Great minds.
Okay. Where are we at? Ed.
63.
Yeah, 60. Oh.
That is not correct. You should have waited a second. And Andrew's gone. All right. So the correct answer was actually 55, scored by the 49ers. So both Walter and Sean can get a point for that right there, which brings us to 3 points, Sean, 2 points, Walter, 2 points, VooDoo, 1 point, Ed.
Well, Walter and Sean, you guys will both get squares on the Super Square. If you just click that link, go ahead and pick your square, and we'll make sure we take care of that. Yep. More importantly, if you're out there watching, make sure you share that Super Square. We've got to fill all those blocks by kickoff so that we can maximize everything for the VooDoo Chef Foundation. That's why we do what we do. We appreciate everybody that listens, everybody that comes in, and, of course, everybody that supports the foundation. Make sure you show your love to Walter as well. Get over to the NFL Alumni Association page. Check them out. Show them some love. As always, our macaron dealer, Shay Sweets. We got to connect this week, girl, because we got to do some chit-chat because I'm a little upset with you. I
didn't do anything.
Okay. I'm not going to air your dirty laundry here on the podcast.
Oh, Lord. Okay. All right. Just kidding.
But, guys, show your love. Chew, Fleener, I love that you're here all the time and supporting VooDoo Chef. Much love, everybody. Until next week with Virgil Fabian Jr. If you don't know who he is, he's one of my favorite directors. Let me know if you can tell me what he's from. And, of course, Drew Park Jimmy. We will see you guys in exactly 1 week. Peace and love.
Have a good